talking to you guys about Speech and Debate, which is a pretty small program that we built up over the course of just last year. Just last year we had 3 kids in the Speech and Debate program, and now we have 24. So we have increased our numbers by 800%. So I want to talk to you guys about how it kind of works, because when you hear Speech and Debate, you think, oh, I'm going to get in class and it's going to be 2 people fighting and arguing and we have to vote on who won or something down. But it's a lot more fun than that. You actually get to travel a lot and you go to different schools to compete in tournaments against other schools, and you can win lots of trophies, and you can qualify for nationals in a few things. It's really exciting. So in Speech and Debate, we have our speech events and our debate events. Shocking. So a couple of our speech events are duet acting, which is a 10-minute memorized scene between you and another person, and you go to tournaments and you compete with other duet acting scenes, and you have judges, and if you make it to finals, you get points for some tournaments that you could go to state with. So that's pretty fun. We have duo interpretation, which is just like duet acting, but you cannot look or interact with the other person in your scene at all. So a lot of the times you see really cool blocking, and they're looking straight ahead, or they look to the side but not at each other to get around them. We have dramatic interpretation, which is a 10-minute memorized monologue that usually is really sad. And we also have humorous interpretation, which is a 10-minute memorized monologue that is usually very funny, if you know what you're doing. We have original oratory, which is a speech that you write yourself. It's a 10-minute speech that you research and write yourself, and I have my own original oratory. It's pretty awesome. We have a few more: informative speaking, which is just like original oratory, but you get visual aids. So you would have a music stand or something right here, and you would have little pictures. A friend of mine, Reese Grotchett, did one on color, color psychology, and he had different colors that he would show the judges. We have prose. We have prose, which is a 7-minute story that you read, but you have a sort of binder that you would read off of, and so it's not memorized. So usually if you're beginning, that's what you kind of want to look at, but it always helps to have pieces that you have ahead of time. We also have poetry, which is just like prose, except it's poems. So a lot of the times you see them read it differently because you have to have that kind of rhythm with a poem. And then there's extemporaneous speaking, which is you will go up, you will draw 3 topics, you will pick one, and then you have 30 minutes to write a 7-minute speech over it. And then our debate events, we have congressional debate, which is you sit in a room full of like 20 other debate kids, and you all have a topic, and you go up in front and you give a 2 to 4 minute speech about that topic, and you gain points based on how good your speaking was, or how charismatic you were, stuff like that. We have Lincoln-Douglas debate, which is the debate you guys all know. It's like the presidential debate, Lincoln and Douglas. It's 2 people at a podium discussing whatever topic you guys had. And then there's cross-examination debate, which is kind of like Lincoln-Douglas, but you have a partner and the other team is allowed to ask questions based off of your speech. So you need to have an affirmative and negative speech for the topic that you get. There are some tournaments that you can win scholarships with by qualifying for state and nationals. There is the Texas Forensic Association, which is a state-level tournament, and you basically get those points by competing in littler tournaments throughout the year. I'm qualified in a few Texas Forensic Association events, duet acting and dramatic interpretation. There's NIATOC, which is National Individual Event Tournament of Champions. So that's at the national level, so that's a little bit harder to get to, but if you know what you're doing and you practice your piece a lot, you guys will get it. There's UIL, which everyone knows. That one only goes up to the state level, but it's still really hard to get there. UIL stands for Usually I Lose, but if you guys work on it, I think this year we got a prose and poetry team. We're really hoping to get to state. We actually just got to state with congressional debates. Our friend Lauren Stevenson made it all the way to state and did very well. So congrats, Lauren. There's East Texas, which is a state level tournament, but then you can go to nationals, and that's where the big thing is that's sponsored by NSDA, which is the National Speech and Debate Association. And then I was talking about why you should join, because I know it sounds a little bit boring, but I swear it's not. You get to meet a lot of fun people, you get to travel. First up is public speaking skills. I don't, tell me if you guys have this, but when I was in your grade, I had to take teen leadership. Alright, teen leadership was it was preparing you for public speaking. You would have to stand up and give a speech on whatever topic you were assigned, like that week. And this really does help your public speaking skills. Congressional debate is a really big one because that's in a room full of people and you need to be able to talk about your topic well and give them a clear understanding of it. So it's like speech writing and being able to talk to a room full of people without stuttering or doing it does help you express yourself. If you want to share a topic or you have a piece that is like close to your heart, you can use this piece. Maybe you have a poem you really like, you can go to BYL Poetry with that piece and hopefully make it very far. It's a nice way to just, like, if I think this poem's really cool, go ahead, compete with it, see how you do. You can get feedback on performances. This is kind of mostly talking to like theater kids or stuff like that, but like 90% of our speech and debate program right now is theater kids, just to help with public speaking and feedback on your performances. If you have a big monologue or a duet acting scene in a play you're doing, this can really help give you feedback on that. It gives you more of a second opinion than like your director or other people on stage with you. It can help you raise awareness on certain subjects. A lot of the prose pieces get pretty dark, and it raises awareness for things like autism or sexual abuse or stuff like that. It really helps to try and speak out about it, if that makes sense. And also, it's a lot of fun. I started this year, and I'm going to go until I'm a senior. I'm having a lot of fun. There's a lot of great people in the program. I highly suggest if you guys join, you get to see me next year. And if you are interested, we have a meeting in May that you guys can come to, but it does help to have your pieces beforehand. If you have your pieces before you come to the program, it really helps because you're going to be competing against other people who have just started and maybe haven't thought about their pieces. So if you have already developed your piece and other people are just now developing it, you can get those points for other tournaments really fast, and it can help you qualify really easily. You guys really need to start practicing. If you want to do some of the debate events, you guys start writing speeches. Just like start writing. Start a journal or something. It really helps articulate your thoughts and just put them down onto a sheet of paper.